session we have seen how to use while loop and the for loop. In Python another concept is there that is called iterable. So today we learn what is iterable and what is iterator. So first we will focus on the iterable. So in the previous example we can see we are just looping the respective the sequence of integers and we are comparing if my seed number is equal to the particular seed number or the seed is equal to bought seed number or seed belongs to any reserved sets. At that point we are updating the specific value on the particular index with the 0. Now what we will do, what is iterable we can see now. So what is iterable? Iterable is an object which we can iterate. So here you can see the range 1, 11. So that means system will count the number from 1 to 10. So this is actually the iterable object. That's why we are able to make loop or we are able to make iteration using the for loop. Now in Python, what are the iterable objects? I can say list, set, tuple, dictionary as well as the string are the main primary iterable objects in Python, as well as you can consider sequence of integers. So just for example, for learning purpose, I will just comment out this line and I will write this for just a moment. So I can write that for, then I will remove the range function. So basically we are comparing the total sets. So I can write down the total sets. So total, what is the total seed? Total seed is the list. So you can see total seeds is the list from 1 to 10. Those are the seed numbers as we have discussed earlier. So here if we loop this one, that will be automatically iterated because list is the by default iterable object is in the Python. So now if I'll print this just for understanding purpose, so you can see all the seed number will be automatically printed because total seeds is the iterable object. So let's say I run the program. Here the bot has selected the seed number 10. I will select the seed number 5. You can see our output has been determined correctly and the print statement will be executed all the seed numbers from the total seeds because total seeds is the iterable object. So for now I can comment this print statement here. So now what is iterator? Now what is iterator? Iterator is an also object, but iterator helps convert to an object which we can iterate, or iterables converts an iterable object also. So let's say iterator, so let's say this is the total series is the iterable object. Now we can make iterator using iter method to convert iterator object from iterable. Let's assume that, let's say total seeds iterator equal to, so this is the standard iter method where we can pass the respective iterable object. So let's say this is the iterable object. So now we can see this is the iterable. Now total seeds iterator is the iterator object and that object has been converted from the iterable object which has been done by the standard method called iter or iter method. Now how can we traverse those values? Now we can traverse those values using next method, that is also standard method from Python. So let's say if I write this next, now total seeds iterator, you can see now it will display the value from the 0th index of that the iterator object. So what was the value 0th index? That is also 0. So let's see, first we'll run the program, then we can see the difference. So bot has selected seed number 5, I will select 6. Then you can see that next total seeds iterator, that is returning 0. Now how can we get all those values? We can, for now, just for learning purpose, what we will do, we can, let's assume that for I in range, so we know that 1 to 11, then it is showing the error because we are not maintaining the indentation. So always we have to follow the indentation. So I have just put the tab. If we will enter here, then it will be automatically put some spaces before the script. So let's say for I in range 1 to 11, I want to display all the values because I know that in the total seeds are containing, all the elements are containing from 0th index to 9th index. So let's run the program. So here actually it will run from, let's say 0, then I will run from, or okay, no problem. We know that why I have kept the same thing, because total 10 values are there. So I can traverse those values by executing the by executing the respective with respect to the range from 1 to 11. Now if we'll run this program, you can see, so board has selected seed number 5, I'll select seed number 6, then you can see all the iterators. So this is the final output of the total seeds. Okay, now board has selected the next total seed iterator. So first index means 0th index, what is the value? 0. First index, what is the value? 0. Second index, what is the value? 0. Third index, what is the value? 4. So all the values we can traverse using the next method which we can iterate. Okay, now if I'll select 12, let's assume that 12. So 12 means another next statement will be executed after execution or after getting the value as 10 from the last index. So what will happen if we run the program? Here you can see stop iteration, because after last index there is no value. That's why Python is throwing the exception, and that is called stop iteration. So that we have to maintain when we will use the next method for the iterator object. So for now we can just mark as it comments, then that is called the iterator. Okay, so today we have learned what is the iterable and iterator. Let's focus on the readme file. What is the conclusion for iterable and iterator? So what is iterable? As I have told earlier, iterable is nothing but the object which we can loop it or which we can iterate it. In Python, list, tuple, set, dictionary, string or sequence of numbers are the primary example of the iterable objects. Now, not all iterables are the iterator. So until you are not converting the iterable to iterator using the iter method or the iter function, those iterables are not the iterators. Now what is the iterator? Iterator also an object, but which we can convert, or iterator helps to convert an object which we can iterate it. Means which we can or you can traverse through all the values. Iterator has two built-in methods. One is the iter, another one is the next. Iter or iter function or method defines initialization of iterator, which it will help to convert from any object to the iterator. Next returns the next value of the iterator. If there are no values written, already we have seen that is the stop iteration. It will throw the stop iteration exception. Now in iterator, if you use the next method, it will always going to the next element by incrementing the 1 index by 1, right? But how we can traverse it? We can use the reverse method for the backward iteration. So just we need to write reverse, then we need to put the particular variable or particular list, tuple, etc., whatever it is. Now iterator, all iterators we can iterate it, we can loop it. Every iterator is basically iterable, but not all the iterables are the iterator until you will convert to iterator using the iter method or iter function. Now using iterator, we can convert the class and object as the iterator. So that is in the advanced topic. We will discuss how to make the object or class to iterator. That we will discuss in the advanced topic for the Python. Thank you. Thanks for today's time. Thank you all. Bye.